Me. Welcome back to Isekai Quartet Anime Review, Episode number 2. This I'm covering the second season of the show. Now, I forgot to mention this in my last video, that each episode is like 10 to like 11 minutes long. It's really kind of short. Oh, and here's down characters into character series hero, he's liberty detective, or is overpowered or protective. I didn't see this pop up in this series. Nope. Oh, and did have Rise Shield Hero here, Raising a Shield Hero, and these characters do pretty much nothing the whole entire season. They pop up a few times, they just wander around, they don't really interact with whatever plot of the episodes are. It's like anybody who's a fan of that particular series will be extremely disappointed in how the anime treats them. Because, for one thing, the lead character, he shows up, like, he's supposed to be this new transfer, and he says, this guy, nope, not him, it's Megumin's cat is the new transfer student. I'm like, really? Why that cat, and why not add the Rise of Shield characters to this class? No idea. Also, for later having characters from Pause Hero, the hero's overpowered. Yeah, I didn't see these characters at all. Nope. Didn't see them. If they did show up, they probably blink and miss them. Yeah. So, first thing it did right after they get new transferred, they had a lottery and they rearranged the entire class. Okay, fine. Which is the first time I've ever seen this in an anime where characters actually switch desks. Yep. I'm not kidding about that. That's literally what they did. They kind of argued about it, but nothing very much done with it. Excuse me. What else have happened this season? Let's see. They have an episode where you have the 4 guys from Tiny the Evil team up with Kasumi and Aqua to break into the principal's office to steal a bottle of wine. Yep. So, mostly it's just them wondering, like, where... And apparently, the person who runs the shops, this guy who's also from the Konosuba series, apparently he runs everything. He runs the butcher shop, the donut shop, the convenience store, the bakery, everything. Okay, how can one guy run like 5 different businesses? Makes no freaking sense. No idea. So, apparently, he can't understand the fact he wants some alcohol. Now, here's the thing about all the characters in the series. Most of these characters are, in fact, adults in a high school setting. Oh yeah, it's also revealed that Ainz never passed middle school. Nope, I actually did not know that at all. I think he actually graduated elementary school. I think he didn't graduate middle. I think he must have dropped out for some reason. Yeah. Oh, and the interactions with the Rise of Shield characters and some of the main cast, very minimal at best. I mean, in the case of the main character, I think he does practically almost nothing. Yeah. Basically, I think his appearance is basically just a waste of time for the series. Like, he pops up, does a few minor things here and there, saves his companions, and does nothing in the final episode. So, what happens with the whole breaking the principal's office? Well, Aqua comes because she just volunteers to go in the office, perfectly fine, and Aqua just happens to find, oh look, here's in the cabinet where the principal is, but the principal said he's away for a day, so get the wine, and apparently it sets off an alarm. Like, there's some speakers in there, and there's various traps. Oh, and, like, oh, what's the mysterious door? Yeah, it's a creature from the Konosuba series, basically, where it just tricked thing has his mouth come out of nowhere. Where the heck did Jiron got that? Never really explained. He probably used the magic button. By the way, the series itself never explains where these magic buttons come from. Yeah, they just randomly show up in these people's worlds, and it's never explained. As a matter of fact, the magic button itself is only seen, like, in the pilot episode. It shows up in the final episode of Season 2. In this season, I don't think the magic button's even mentioned. or make an appearance. It's like the series completely forgot the whole premise about the magic button. That's one of the biggest mysteries about the series. And by the time I finished watching season 2, they still have not found out what the heck the purpose of the magic button is, aside from transporting stuff, and why in the world they're in modern day frickin' Japan. Also, there is like no other people in Japan. In this version of Japan, there's like nobody around. Aside from the characters in these various series, yeah, they're basically nowhere, to be honest. So, after disabling all the various traps, they bounce up the bottle, and then their alarm goes off, and then Roswell comes. By the way, I found out this guy's actually from the ReZero series. Yeah, I don't know why, because I never watched ReZero. Yeah. That might be a series I might cover in the future, because I like the character. From one series, basically, like I have stuff for it, just I haven't read much for it. And I'm actually quite interested in reading about the series a little bit more. Well, reading light novels, of course, and of course reading the manga, and then of course watching the anime. Yeah, the anime is something I might get to in the near future. Who knows? Yep. So they get attention. All 60 people with a cockroach, who I think is related to the bug maid, who was from I think not solution. No, I think it is. Yeah. By the way, the maids, they do nothing the whole Cyrus. This season, I think they popped up maybe twice throughout the entire season. Where, yeah, it's like, I get kind of the reason why not do much of anything, because they're just supporting characters. And in the main series Overlord, these maids don't play a really big role in the main Overlord series. Just basically Ainz and the Floor Guardians who play a role. Yeah. So, they spend time in detention, of course, then of course they have science afterwards, because of course they have a science thing, and Megami try to use her explosion to activate a fire, which Ainz basically doesn't no problem at all because he used fire. Megamine's cat basically, even though Megamine says, oh yeah, this is a normal cat, really it's a magical cat. And Puck is not a normal cat because he can talk. Yeah, Megamine activates explosion, which turns into a big flood. Luckily enough that all of the people were in detention, yeah, they got off because of good behavior. They basically took the flood outside, made the thing disappear from a rainbow. Simple as that. They have an episode dealing with Valentine's Day. We have various female characters want to give chocolate to various characters. Megamine basically obviously says this. Like she was asked by Emily, like, who you gave your chocolate to? Katsumi. Because she's in love with Katsumi. And Emily's like, okay, I give Puck and I'll give it to Subaru. Subaru is quite obvious. I mean, they knew that she should have gave it to him because she's like the only guy with him. And, yeah. And I think it was Veneer, I think it is, the Tanya's lieutenant. Yeah, she doesn't give chocolates. The other person I think she might give chocolates to is maybe Tanya. Tanya, of course, does give chocolate to somebody, and it's the Colonel. For some reason. I have no idea why. Maybe these two had a thing for each other. I don't think that the Colonel developed an attraction to a 9-year-old. Yeah. Ainz, of course, gets chocolate from Albedo, which anybody who's watched Overlord knows, yeah, Albedo is madly in love with him. We also have appearance by a character from ReZero, a man by the name of Portuguese Remy Currari. I think he pronounced the guy's name. Yeah, and apparently he's voiced by Peppercorn, despite the fact this guy sounds almost nothing like Peppercorn. I mean, I've heard his voice before. This character, by the way, I think this is one of 2 appearances he makes the entire series. Yeah, for a character who I read a line is a villain from ReZero, his appearance is this. He breaks into school, talks to a better little while, and then he's kicked out by Sebastian. Kicked out by him. Oh, and they have one of the mobile Zero named Wilhelm. Yeah, apparently he's a janitor, despite the fact he's a church official. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Cerberus, basically, him doing the stuff he does in the series makes perfect sense because he's a butler in Overlord. He doesn't really appear very much at all. He shows up now and again. At least in the case of Overlord, at least the anime for that series actually really well. Gives a good amount of screen time. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. If you watch season 2 for the show, a good chunk of the season is basically him being very active and with other supporting characters in the series. Yeah, so Madhouse knows how to treat this character a lot better than this studio does, where he shows up, pops up now and again, doesn't really do much of anything except spooking a villain from ReZero, and that's it. Trying to think though. Oh yeah, Darkness. I mean, she was asked, "Are you gonna give it to Kasumi?" He's like, "I don't know." It's like basically Kasumi's right. Basically, Kasumi basically is the type of man that she needs because all the girls pointed out. Of course, Rem gives Ollie to Subaru. Her sister does do my. Oh yeah. By the way, does Dornfru Kaitos do they give any chocolates? Nope, because there's no women in love with them. And here's the thing, Albello, no, not Albello. Ainz gets chocolate from Albedo and Chaltier. He also gets it from the Elf Twins. Because why not? Yeah, and I'm kind of glad the fact that they actually changed the anime because in the English dub, because apparently around the line in the sub, he says he's incapable of eating. In the anime, in the English dub, he says, I'm actually allergic to chocolate. I thought that was kind of hilarious. Let me think here. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, does the female subordinate for Shield here does she give him chocolate? Nope, because they don't make appearance in the episode. No, they don't. It's a fun little episode. That's like the third episode of the season. Actually, it's the fifth episode. Yeah. The fourth episode basically is about a test. This I thought was quite interesting, and this is never explained. Okay, Ainz wanted to use a time freezing to get to cheat, and apparently 3 people are immune to it. Aqua because she's a goddess, of course that's quite obvious. Okay, Tanya because she's a reincarnation, so she has some god like basically intervention. But Subaru, yeah, it's never explained how he's immune to the spell. Oh yeah, and Ain's like, I better deactivate this spell, and Aqua gets punished for cheating. Yep, she does. It's a weird outing for this series. The 6th episode, Dodgeball. Yep, they had to play Dodgeball. Why? Because they all want chicken wings, various things. Tanya wants salt and pepper. Subaru wants mayonnaise, and Ainz wants ketchup. Me personally, if I have chicken wings, I like to have ketchup, not salt and pepper or mayonnaise. I'm not really a big fan of mayonnaise. And of course, he gets arguing over it, and eventually Shield Hero gets involved with it too. Even he's like, why am I involved in this for? And of course, they use magical dodgeball to basically bounce back and forth. And in case you're wondering, is the winner of this? No, not really. Oh, by the way, Darkness is the first one eliminated in this contest because I think, hits her chest, and it was quite obvious. Yeah. It's an oddball that was. Yep. The next episode, Physicals. This is basically appearance by Whis, who was supposed to be in the series, and this is one of 2 episodes she appears in. And she's in the nurse's office giving all the girls their exams. Yep, all the girls' exams. The guys is handled by the Shield Hero. By the way, seeing Ainz in shorts is hilarious. Yeah, all the guys basically wearing like gym outfits to get their physicals. The physicals for guys at home in the gym. The girls held in the nurse's office. And apparently Whis does not know how to move a long hair from Flo's head and Tanya's head. This little hair that kept bouncing on top of this little thing on top of her head. Like, I'm having trouble measuring your height. I'm surprised that Rem or anybody else going to tell, hey, why don't you push the hair down and do it that way? Yeah, because she's somewhat of an idiot. Though she's hot, too. Yep. And, yeah. They also check the weight of these characters. And, like, the episodes, like, you think it's actually, like, are they going bigger? It's like, nope, it's actually just a waist size. Weight test. And you're probably thinking, wait, is this the female elf? No, it's the male elf, basically, checking about his waist size. Yeah. Though, of course, Kazu was waiting outside the door where the girls are. Next comes the part-time job one. Now, here's kind of the strange thing about this episode right here. Yes. Now, on the Final Change streaming service, and apparently for the dub overall, this is the last episode so far I've been officially dubbed for the series. Yes, the dub, because for some reason the dub is not finished yet. I don't know why, but it isn't. So I had to watch the last 4 episodes subbed. That itself is a little mini arc. This one is basically Veneer is revealed she actually has a part-time job at like all the businesses the other guy from Kurosawa works at, and the reason for this, so she can buy one of the cafeteria special, which apparently is 30,000 yen. And no, I have no idea how much that is in U.S. currency. If anybody want to put in the comments below of what 30,000 yen is in U.S. currency, please feel free to put in the comments below. So apparently, like, because she's got a job, everybody's got part-time jobs, and they use to spend the money to buy various other foods. Of course, Tanya basically like, okay, buy everybody coffee. And of course, what is this specialty? It's this big, huge plate of a ton of food. Not even now, from my perspective, I couldn't eat all of this. So apparently, Veneer's got basically a big stomach, despite the fact she's pretty thin. Which kind of reminds me of the character Urza, who can eat a bunch of food and not put on a single pound of weight. Because my theory about the character is this. There's a joke in one episode of Fairy Tail where she bought 48 cakes. It's like, what do you need 48 cakes for? Like, once for when Wendy first joined, you have 47 for her. My guess is that she probably burns up because she walks on carrying armor. Yeah. And they have the whole thing with coffee, whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, it's basically a mini arc. Yes, we have an actual arc dealing with the school festival of the play. We have Flo from Rising Hero go to various characters. First goes to like Albedo, Sheltier, and Ainz, basically about themes for a play. Eventually, her class eventually settles on the Ugly Duckling. While in the case of Class 2, it's Cinderella. And this is kind of the strange thing. Ainz and the other 3 leads from the other 3 series are playing the horses. The sisters are playing the prince and princess, and because in the original story, they made out in the story, from what I remember, apparently the series would be okay to have 2 twin sisters make out on stage. And nobody said anything about it. Not a peck in the cheek. Nope, it has to be full kiss on the lips. That's what happens in the final thing. And of course, they do preparations for this stuff, which is quite nice. The last few episodes do. And while this is going on, like, it's revealed that, okay, the cage where Hamsky, he was a character from Overlord and along with the Death Soldiers. Yes, yeah, for some reason they brought him from Overlord for some reason. I have no idea why. He only showed up in 1 season for the show. He showed up, I believe, I think it was season 3 for the show. Yeah, they just captured him. I think it was season 2 or 3. Yeah, Ainz found him in the wild, and he just basically uses his powers to basically make him his pet because he was the forest monster. Yeah, the king of beasts. This giant hamster, Hamsky. Yep. So the cage they were in was destroyed by what? The Mobile Fortress Destroyer. Yep. Where the heck this one came from? By the way, it's asked, did the teacher summon this thing here? Nope, it did not. The teachers had nothing to do with this at all. And so and of course, it's up to the ladies to defeat this thing. And the ladies are basically Albedo, Veneer, Emily, Aqua, and Puck. Heck, even, I kid you not, what's the name of the female lady? Rafita. You have her taking part in this action to defeat this thing. And while this is going on, we have Cinderella going on at the same time. By the way, we don't see the ugly duckling thing. And we also have this thing where the camera likes to point to their masks while the characters talk. I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah. And these characters' costumes are so bizarre. Like, okay, we have a instead of a horse's head thing, the actual shape of a horse's head, on top of the head of the characters, and then wearing these various costumes. Like, Shield Hero is dressed like a duck, even though he looks nothing like a duck. Yeah, it's like these costumes are so pitiful at best. Yeah. And I think it was Rand, basically threatened the horses, basically, she'll kill them if they won't stop talking, because the character's not supposed to talk. why they couldn't bother to get like, oh, I don't know, a set version of a carriage. Is it that hard to make a carriage out of wood? I guess so. Yeah, I have no idea why. Eventually, of course, Aqua is the one who actually destroys the Moa Fortress spider. Yeah, thanks to all these heroes, these ladies, and one was like, this is for the maidens, and Heimsk goes, I'm a female. Yep. I don't remember him that Heimski being a female. It's been a while since I watched Overlord. Yeah. Thing is destroyed, and think, okay, maybe they go home now. Nope. More changes. And they confirm season 3 with the show. Yep. Yeah. But that's much all you can say about this particular series. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the character interactions they have here. Like, the only characters I can think of who don't get much interaction with some of the other characters is the characters in the ReZero. It's like this season they kind of cut down their screen time in this season they did from the previous one. Look, for example, the maids, Rem and Rand. They get not much to do this season. And look at, let's say, the Floor Guardians, for example. Like, for the characters in Overlord. Aside from Ainz, Abel, and Shaltair, the other Floor Guardians do pretty much nothing this whole season at all. The cast of Konosuba. As far as I can tell, all 4 of them get a good amount to do. I'd say Darkness gets a little bit less to do in this season than they did in the previous one. Okay, what about Tanya the Evil? Well, they get okay amount of stuff to do. The characters are in the class, of course. Yeah, they get plenty of screen time, surprisingly. I think they get a little more screen time than the people from Konosuba. Yeah. But it seems like Tanya, the way that the anime loves doing it, they love having Tanya share screen time with Ainz. Yeah, and probably because they did the previous season, that the horses are made up of the cavalry people from the previous season, which basically the 4 leads from the 4 main series across of this series: Overlord, ReZero, Konosuba, and the Saga of Tanya the Evil. Yeah, have these 4 leads. One of them have to be a woman, be the horses. Oh yeah, and they'll take part in the fighting. It's all the ladies this time. And pretty much almost all of them are like either the female lead for the series, or in the case of Vinner, like the secondary lead of the series. But it's nice that I get a chance to do it. Megumin, of all the group, she gets about the same much to do as Aqua. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, does Kasumi actually hit Aqua this season in the head? Yes, he does. Once. And that's it. Does Aqua trying to pick a fight with Ainz this season? Nope. Yeah, but this season's good overall. Though I kind of wish that they would give the Raising of Shield Hero characters more to do. Yeah, because you add them this season and you do nothing with them. And I do mean absolutely nothing. You get a little explanation for their series in this one, which is quite nice. But the actual series, like, you get like a minor mention by Redphilia. Yeah, this premise of her series is mentioned once in her debut episode, and that's it. By the way, is there any references to the previous show? Any of the shows these characters come from? Well, in the case of Overlord, none. Konosuba, none. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, they have pretty much like, oh yeah, and also Veneer and Pandora's Actor are nowhere. I mean, they're in a good chunk of this season. I mean, I love seeing Pandora's Actor. Great character. Though he disappears half of this season. Yeah. And once again, Pandora's Actor is voiced by Eric Vale. I think this is the first time, when it came to this series, this is the first time he's voiced Pandora's Actor since season 1 of Overlord. Because here's kind of the thing. He's actually in at least one of the novels they adapted for seasons 2 and 3, but they cut his screen. They decided not to adapt those particular scenes. He's in book 10 for the series, but I'm surprised they haven't really brought him back to screen yet. But this anime was the first time anybody has seen this guy since season 1 of Overlord, and it's great though the Funimation brought back his voice acting Overlord for this series, Eric Vale, which of course is fantastic. Yeah, but not much else to say about this series. Pretty good. Can't wait for season 3 of the show whenever it does come out, but I think it comes out, was it this year comes out? Let me take a look here. Season 3 comes out, and they haven't really said exactly when it's coming out, but my guess, probably next year. That's my personal guess anyways. Yeah, so that's it for this particular review. My next review is probably going to be the Konosuba film, which I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do today. I'll probably do it. I'll probably may get a chance to watch it tonight, and if I get time to, I'll probably review it tonight. But if not, I'll review it tomorrow. Yeah, but tomorrow, basically, the only major review coming tomorrow is Black Clover. Yep. Do the next video. Bye.